Hi everyone, welcome back to Still Only 35 Cents. We've got a big unboxing from CGC. What grades did we get? Let's look inside. Okay, so we've just got these CGC boxes back this week. 3 submissions in total. The first one is a magazine submission from Marvel UK Books, Captainbritain. One from Volume 1 and one from Volume 2, both key books. I'm pretty confident on those ones because I submitted them at Baltimore Comic Con and I had them in hand. So I pretty much knew that they were going to be good quality. So let's see how they turned out. The other two were submissions that I made directly from the auction house when I'd won the auctions. So it'll be interesting to see how they turn out. I'm not necessarily as confident on those, particularly one of the boxes, which is an 8-book modern submission. And then the other one is a Marvel UK submission again, but 2 very, very early Mighty World of Marvels with the free gifts in tow as well. So it'll be interesting to see how those ones grade out. But wanted to share this with you. I haven't looked at the grades thus far. I've shared a couple of posts online just to show the books that we're going to be unboxing today. So I've asked the community for sort of their thoughts on some of the grades. But again, you're completely seeing what I'm seeing. Haven't looked at these, so it'll be fascinating to see how they've graded out. So without further ado, let's get these boxes open, shall we? Okay, so everything's now set up. So let's start with the modern books that came back in. So I've cracked open the box. Haven't looked at the grades yet. So let's see what our first book is on the list. This is Daredevil 131. And we got an 8.0. So this is the UK price variant featuring the first appearance of Bullseye. I'm reasonably happy with an 8.0. It's off-white to white pages. I'm pretty happy with that. That's not a bad grade. I've got a 7.5, so that's 7.5. I'll probably put it for sale, but I'm reasonably happy with that. Looks good from the back. I can't see necessarily what you guys are seeing at the front, but yeah, an 8.0. I'm reasonably happy with that. Again, for a UK price variant, they're quite rare in terms of the print run, so I'm happy to have that in the collection, so that'll replace my undercopy. Still going to be looking out for high grade copies of this book because absolutely love Bullseye as a character and the Daredevil run, so yeah, reasonably happy with that one. That's a great one to kick us off. Would have not liked it to have been higher, but again, these came from a UK auction house that I didn't see or have the books in hand, so I'm reasonably happy with that grade, so that's a great one. Let's see what we've got. Number 2 is Star Wars number 1, and I can see from the back it's a 6.5 off white to white pages. Now again, with this one I was reasonably confident I'd get an okay grade with this. I wasn't expecting in the 9s, but a 6.5. I'll have to look at the graders notes. In fact, actually, let me bring the graders notes up now and we can have a look together. So graders notes on this one: light creasing to cover. Again, I'll have to look at that. And light spine stress lines. So again, there's probably some spine stress lines. I'll have to double check that, but either way, it's still a Star Wars number 1. Still a great key to have. I'll probably put this up for sale because I do have other copies of this. I got a 9.6. But again, a great book to have. Not sure if I'll crack it out and give it another stab, give it another press, especially with that light creasing to the cover, but I'm reasonably happy. I mean, again, I didn't pay huge amounts for this. It was in a job lot of the 12. You would have seen some of the other Star Wars books that I got in some of my live streams. But yeah, you know, would have liked it to be a bit better, but 6.5, I'll take it. Next on the list, it's a Miracleman. That Miracleman UK edition. Again, some of you would have heard me talking about this in my live streams. Actually, this got an 8.5. Again, I'm happy to have it because it's the rarer UK edition. The reason you know it's the UK edition is it has this advert on the back, which is different to the US one. I believe it's for Quality Comics. So you got that yellow cover. Again, what was the graders notes on this one? So again, light creasing to the cover, light spine stress lines to the cover. So again, I'm probably going to have a look at these. They did come direct from the auction house, and they did go through CCS pressing. All of these books went through CCS pressing. So I'll have a look at those and see if there's anything else that I can spot. That light creasing to the cover, whenever that's on graders notes, the alarm bells start to ring with me. So I'll have a look at that. Good news is it's got white pages, which is good. It's still a Miracleman #1 UK edition. These things are reasonably rare to get hold of because, again, like all UK books, they're a small percentage of the total print run. So this will be a good one to see if there's any improvements that can be made to it. I may resubmit it if I think I can actually bump it up, but it suggests to me that there's some spine stress lines that probably break colour. Okay, so the next one is an Invaders #1. Now, this is not a UK price variant. This is a standard US edition, and it got an 8.5 off white to white pages. I can see some damage on the back here, so let's just have a quick look at the graders notes for this one. Light creasing to cover, light pieces out of cover, yeah, so I can see that here on the back. There's a. In fact, let me turn that over and maybe you can see it. If you look up here, there's a small chip out of the cover, so that's obviously dinged it tremendously there. But again, I'm not too dissuaded. I haven't got an issue 1 of this. This is the only one I've got, so I'm happily to keep that graded. I may crack it out and put it back in the Mylar and put it with the Raw collection, and still look for a higher grade copy of this. Particularly as it's not a UK price range, so these are sort of reasonably, I would say common, but they're reasonably common in comparison. But yeah, it's okay. Off white to white pages. Yeah, I mean, again, you know, had I known it had a piece missing, I probably wouldn't have submitted it. The other notes on there are light spine stress to cover, and apparently there is some light staining, so we'll have a closer look at that later on and see where that staining is. Hopefully it gets a little bit better than this. So far we've got probably one hit with that Daredevil 131. And Invaders 5. Now again, this I think is the first appearance of Liberty Legion, apparently, but I've read this book and I can't find it, so I'm not entirely sure this is the first appearance. Key Collector calls it out as the first appearance of Liberty Legion, but I've read through it and I'm convinced it's probably the #6, or I think there's a Marvel premiere that they appeared in as well. This one hit the 9.2 off white to white pages. Let's just check the graders notes on this and what nailed it in there. So again, it's light spine stress lines to the cover. I'll just double check whether or not these can be pressable out, but it does look like they're color breaking, so this is probably capped at that 9.2 anyway, so I'm okay with this. It's a nice book to have. I already have a #5 in the collection anyway, so I'll either hold on to this one, see if I can get a better quality copy, but this may be in a claim sale reasonably soon, but still happy with that. That's not too bad. Off white to white pages, 9.2. What have we got next? So we have our first UK price variant of the night. This is Invaders #7. Now I can see the grade 9.0 off white to white pages. Again, I'm a little disappointed with that, but again, for a UK price variant, this is always quite rare to have. Now this one is the first appearance of baronblood, so one of the issues that I've been chasing for a while, particularly in a UK price variant, because I really like baronblood, particularly in this issue and throughout this run, but also in the Captain Britain. I think it was issue 248 or 249, I forget the number, but there was a sensational story that was drawn by John Byrne, and that's one of the books that I've been looking for because I really love the idea of a sort of Nazi vampire, sort of crazy concept to have, but ultimately sort of such a great book, and having his first appearance is still good, especially, you know, UK price variance at 9. I'll double check the census and see how that is. Again, with this one, graders notes, light creasing to cover, so potentially that could get out, but then light spine stress lines as well. I'm looking at this and there's probably 2 that are color breaking, so I may look to resubmit this because I think that even with those 2 spine ticks on there, if it presses a little bit better and gets rid of that creasing, I reckon it still has some potential to get a little bit higher, this one. So we'll have a look post this unboxing and see what we can do with that one. Then we have number 6 in this submission. This one I think is another Invaders book. Yep, Invaders 8. Now this one is the first Union Jack. Let me just double check. First cover Union Jack. This one again got the 9.0. It's not a UK price variant, so I already have a 9.8 of this book. So this one will be going into a claim sale or going on sale. So it's a good book to have because obviously you've got that amazing cover with Union Jack on the front. So yeah, I'm reasonably okay with this grade. It'll be good. I think some people will pay for this because obviously it's that first cover appearance of Union Jack. But yeah, I'm reasonably happy with that. 9.0 off to white to white pages. Let's just double check the graders notes on this one. Light creasing to cover. So this one I suspect we may be able to get a grade bump as well. There does seem to be a number of colour ticks on there, but they've not been noted. But I don't think they're colour breaking. They're just on there. Again, I'm a little surprised at the grade of this considering, and also light creasing to cover and those spine ticks still being there when they went through CCS. So this might be one for cracking just to see if we can actually improve it a little bit and send it through. You know, if those spine ticks that I can see can be pressed out, there's potential here, and that creasing can be gone. There's probably potential here for a bit of a grade bump, so we'll see how we go with that one. And then the last one in the submission, let's see what we've got. So this one is Invaders 20, 9.6 off white to white pages, so I'm really happy with this one. So this one from memory, let me just double check, is the first full appearance of Union Jack 2. So again, another great cover of Union Jack. Now I'm really happy with that because I didn't have a copy of that. I would have loved to have a UK price variant. I think there's a UK price variant of this, but to have a 9.6, this one's going straight into the PC. This one's really, really good. So happy with that. All in all, a bit of a mixed bag on those moderns. You know, I was hoping for a little bit better, but again, some of these we may be able to sort of crack, see what's happening with them, see if we can improve them, if not, if possible, and resubmit. Otherwise, they'll be going in claim sales and hopefully filling up someone's collection. So, very happy. Nice one to end on. At least we got a 9.6 out of this. So, this is a great book. Thanks very much, CGC. All right, next, we've got the magazine submission. Let me just crack these open. So these are the Marvel UK books. These are the Captain Britain books I mentioned slightly earlier. This one is Captain Britain number 2 with the free boomerang gift. Now this tells the origin of Captain Britain, and we got a 9.6 on this. Now I knew that these were going to be reasonably high grade because I submitted them myself at Baltimore Comic Con. Really wanted to get, I've got a whole stack of CGC 9.6, 9.8s of these books. I never get bored of getting Captain Britain books. He is literally my favourite character. So wanted to get this slabbed. Again, when you've got a book of this quality, and they're really hard to grade because they're all paper stock, these books, especially the volume 1. So volume 1 paper stock ran from issue 1 through to issue 23. I'm lucky enough to have the best registry set online at CGC for Captain Britain. So every time I get a chance, I try and push and get even higher grades in that collection. This, I've already got a 9.8 already, so this one will be going on sale at some point. Again, it's a fantastic grade. It's got the free gift in it, so it gets the blue label. Would have liked a 9.8, but you know, you can't go wrong with a 9.6 on these because they're so hard to get in that sort of high grade. So this one is the origin of Captain Britain, as I say. So without further ado, let's do the second one in that submission. Now this one is Captain Britain Volume 2. And again, this is one that I submitted thinking that this would be a high grade book. And I was right. This is another 9.6. This is notable because it's the first appearance of Betsy Braddock as Captain Britain. It happens on the last page of the Captain Britain story that's included in here. and essentially now she is Captain Britain in the Marvel comic books. But this is her first true appearance as Captain Britain. So it's a great book to own. Not many people know about it because it doesn't have her on the cover, and she appears on the cover in issue 13, so this is issue 12. But this is the true appearance of the first Betsy Braddock as Captain Britain. What's also cool about these books in particular, I think it's issue 13 and issue 12, both have an advertisement for the Marvel Superheroes role-playing game. Now, I'm going to be doing a video on that in the coming future, but what they did with that to advertise it, rather than do a traditional advertisement, they presented a Captain Britain personality profile and stats for the game on the back cover of this book. Now, for me, that was wonderful because I owned the role-playing game, and then to be able to play Captain Britain in that game with these stats, that was such a bonus. And it only appeared, I believe, on issue 12 and issue 13. But again, I just love the fact that they took the time to customize it specifically for Captain Britain, and add that to the back cover. Again, you've got this great Alan Davis art on here, so it really sort of complements the book and really creates a nice aesthetic for the slab itself. Issue 13 is even more impressive because you get that white cover and you get Captain Britain on the back, the original Captain Britain, and then on the front you get Betsy Braddock as Captain Britain as well. So I'm really happy with these. As I say, this one will probably go into a claim sale or on my eBay store soon, so keep an eye out. But yeah, I've got a 9.8 of this, and I really love this book. So I think hopefully when Captain Britain or Betsy Braddock hits the Marvel Cinematic Universe, these books will go up in value. So if you can get one now, go out and find one, because these are underrated, undervalued, I believe. Alright, and then last but not least, we have these Mighty World of Marvel books. Now these are Marvel UK books. These are the first ones that were launched in the UK in 1972. These are reprints of The Incredible Hulk, Fantastic Four, and Amazing Spider-Man, or even Amazing Fantasy 15 actually. And essentially these were released, they did have the US comic books coming in, but they wanted to have their own imprint in the UK. So this is the first Marvel UK book. Now I can't see the grade from here because it doesn't list it on the back like it does on the others. So 8.0. So this I'm super happy with. I think the highest graded copy on the census is an 8.5 of this book. This does have the free gift inside, which is a Hulk transfer. I made sure that before it was submitted to CGC that it was carefully packaged up. They removed it when they cleaned and pressed it. But again, looking at this book, I'm pretty happy with it. Yep, let's just turn it around. So you can see on the back here, you've got the Spider-Man strip from Amazing Fantasy 15. And on the front, you get these amazing, this cover that's drawn with all of the strips that are included inside, and it makes mention of the transfer as well. So super happy with that. I'll be doing a deeper dive on these in a future video because I think these again are completely underrated. Not many people know about these books, and they're so great to have in terms of having those original stories reprinted inside. Some of them, as you can see here, are printed in colour, but for the most part they're printed in a sort of black and white or black and white and green inside these covers, and they have these amazing interior centerfolds that have posters and value stamps, and they're all extremely different to what you'd find in the US comic books. So I'll be doing a deeper dive on these and sharing some images on my Instagram and Facebook page. So if you get a chance, pop by, have a look. I did post a preview of this book on my Instagram recently in terms of showing the book before it went for submission, so you can see some of those inside pages in there and the free gift that's included within here. So yeah, I'm super happy with that. And 8.0, I think there's only 3 8.0s including this one now, so we'll see how we go with that. There were 2 when I looked at the census earlier on, so we'll see how we go. I do already own an 8.0 of this, which I had graded a couple of weeks back as well. So the reason why I know there's now 3 of these, because there was 2 when I got my other one back. So extremely happy with that. So 2 8.0s already. Haven't got that 8.5, so some lucky person out there has that 8.5. But we'll see. I'm super happy with that. Super happy. And then we have, last but not least, another Mighty World model, which this is the 2nd issue of Mighty World of Marvel. I did check the census on this one, and I think there are a couple in the 9s actually on this one, which is a bit of a surprise. We got an 8.5, so I'm super happy with that. Given these books, again, all in paper, super hard to get in high grade because of that, because they're so flimsy. This one, issue 2, follows on the stories that we've seen from the previous issue, but what it does include is a Spider-Man transfer in this one. And again, the Spider-Man transfer is in this book, and it's been, again, asked CGC to take it out, take care of it before they put it back in. So no qualified label here, because it is actually has that inside. What's also notable with this book is, I don't know if you recall issue 700 of Spider-Man, when they did that variant cover that Steve Ditko did for Amazing Fantasy 15. This has on the back cover a colour spread of that same cover. So it was originally printed here in this book. I'm not sure if it's been printed anywhere else previously. I think it may have been in Foom, in a previous issue, or a Spider-Man annual somewhere, but this may predate all the other versions of this one showing up. So this turns out as a Marvel Mighty World of Marvel pinup page. So at some point they would have had access to the photostat of this original image, and then they beautifully coloured it in, and it makes for an amazing looking slab in terms of the covers. And as you can see here, these covers were designed specifically for these Marvel UK books, and to have a book from 1972 that, I mean, I'm looking at it now, it looks fantastic, but that back cover, to be able to sort of flip that over and see that at such an early stage is fantastic. So again, super happy with that. As I say, I'll be doing a deeper dive on Mighty World of Marvel. I've got a couple of copies that I'll be able to sort of take you through page by page as well, show you what some of these books look like on the inside. But yeah, I'm really happy. These are going in the PC. Love to have these books. As I say, I've got another one of this Mighty World of Marvel 1, and I will be probably selling that in the coming weeks, because I've obviously got 2 of these, but super happy with these, and I'm pretty sure that a few other people out there would want to grab a copy of this, because they're so hard to get in this type of grade, especially with the free gifts still intact. So look out for that on a claim sale or something coming soon. And with that, that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the content. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. I've really enjoyed looking at the books. Bit disappointed with those moderns, but the magazines in particular I'm super happy with, particularly these Mighty World of Marvels. So yeah, please, if you can, hit that like button. Please comment, tell me what you think about the books. What did you think of the grades? Do you think CGC's been a bit harsh? Do you think I did okay? How you feel about it? Are you interested in these books? Let me know. And if you can, please hit that subscribe button. We've got plenty more videos like this coming through. I'm actually going live this Sunday, 31st December. What I'm going to be doing there is I'm going to be unboxing a piece of Marvel memorabilia that I got from the art director at Marvel UK. So there'll be some really interesting pieces in that live stream, and then we'll do a follow-up video on that in terms of covering off what books were in there. But for now, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed looking at these books and seeing this unboxing, and I'll see you soon.